Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. Usually we are live here on Facebook, but tonight I had to pre-record so that I could surprise my dad for his birthday. I'm so excited. My sisters and brother and I are all driving to Michigan today and surprising Dad for dinner. And so I will be busy having birthday cake and spending time with my family. Well, I still wanted to share with you today. So I pre-recorded this video and I hope that you enjoy the projects that I have to share tonight. I'm going to start with a little bit of mail call. I always love to do that, and especially because these cards were for Halloween. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to Trina Hilligoss, who sent me this happy birthday card with this Halloween gate. Oh, this is an older stamp set, but so much fun, and I love how Halloweeny it is. So Trina, thank you so much for this awesome card. I meant to show it off before Thanksgiving, before Halloween, but I don't know, Halloween is come and gone now. I can hardly believe that it's already November. Here's a beautiful card. Oh, this one is from Karen Cariz. Oh, Karen, oh, I'm sorry. I hope I said your last name right. I love this layout. She said she cased this from one of the videos that I shared last year. So the top DSP is 3x3. The bottom DSP is 1.5x3. Really quick and easy layout. You can do this with any designer paper. Love this beautiful card, Karen. Thank you so much for thinking of me and for sending this to me and my family. The next card is from Kimberly Barbish. Oh my goodness, Kimberly, you always outdo yourself. I'm going to pause right here so you guys can screenshot this or write down the measurements. This card is super cool, and I had hoped to duplicate it, but I will have to save that maybe for another time. Let me show you this really cool card using the cute Halloween designer paper. When you pull up at the top, it slides. Isn't that cool? Those ghosts are connected, and so they slide up together. And really, it's not as hard as it looks. So we'll definitely have to save this for another video. But if you can figure it out yourself, there are those measurements for you to screenshot and take care of. Kimberly, thank you so much for sending this awesome card. I always love the things that you send in for the Great Big Card Swap, and so it's such a treat to be able to get this special card in the mail from you. I really appreciate you. Speaking of the Great Big Card Swap, have you been sending in your cards? The theme for November is Christmas, and I cannot wait to share with you. The first video showcase is going to be on Tuesday, November 16th. And the second video showcase will be Tuesday, November 30th. So mail in your cards right now. You can send them to Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. Christmas is a theme right now. For December, if you want to send ahead, make sure you mark your envelope December. The December theme is winter. So snowflakes, winter critters, like penguins, all kinds of things. Anything that fits the winter theme. Happy New Year would work. You could do a birthday or a thank you or thinking of you for winter. So winter is the theme for December, Christmas for November. Don't forget to put your return postage stamp inside. Don't worry about the envelope. I'll provide that. I wanted to show you a card today. This one was from the last Great Big Card Swap. And Amber Hatfield sent this card in. She sent in two, and not one for me, but two to swap. And I swapped out another card so that I could keep Amber's because I really loved this fold and I wanted to duplicate it. So let me show you really quick. It has this really great kind of like flat fold. I don't even know what it's called. I'm going to call it the flat fold. Oh, that's not what it's called, I'm sure, but it sounds like a good name, right? Well, I still need to make a card for my dad for his birthday, and so I'm using the flat gold card from Amber as my template. So the first card I'm going to share today is this flat gold card. God, I can't even talk. I'm not going to tell you what time it is while I'm filming this. I'm using the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set for the sentiment, it's your day, enjoy it. This one was on sale recently, the Cling stamp sets during the annual sale. Save the date. There's going to be another seasonal sale coming up in November, the 16th through the 18th. I don't have details yet except the dates, but usually our sales around Thanksgiving. This time is going to be a little earlier. So when we do that great big card swap showcase on the 16th, I'll be able to share some more details about what's going on with that, but it can be on your radar. How many of you got this Happiest at Birthday stamp set? This one is my favorite. I love that big image there. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. This one is probably the one I use the most. A little bit late because that's always me. But today we're going to use It's Your Day. Enjoy it. And guess how old Dad is going to be? I got it right here. I'm using some retired dies for this embellishment. Dad's turning 70 this year. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, Dad. Oh, because he's celebrating a big milestone birthday, we wanted to do something special and surprise him. Let's get into the measurements for this card. So this card base it's big. You can see it's almost a whole sheet of cardstock. 5.5 inches by 11 inches. You're going to score at 1 1/4, 5.5, and 4 1/4. And what that's going to get you is a whole lot of, let's see if I can figure this out. A whole lot of folding. Nope, this is like there we go. Okay, so it's like fold it in half like a square card, and then both of those flaps come back like this. Then we're going to do a belly band around the whole thing, and I've cut this to be 1 1/4 inch, and then I left it at 11 inches, and we'll just see how much we need as we wrap that around. But before that, we've got to add some designer paper, going with the Beauty of the Earth designer paper from the annual catalog. Love this fall paper. And so all the designer paper is in sets, and Amber used several different patterns, but I'm just going to make it really simple and do 2 of each pattern, like two of each size. So the little skinny green strips are 1 inch by 5 1/4. The next size is I skipped down here to the bottom. Next size is 1.5 by 5 1/4. That's the brown ones. And the big ones are 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to put those on all the flaps, and then we'll add our little belly band. For the inside, we have a 4 inch by 5 1/4 piece, and this is the one we are going to stamp our sentiment on. So I'm going to sit down. We're going to get some ink out and stamp up and glue this card together. Okay, I debated on whether or not to use Early Espresso or the Misty Moonlight, but since the 70 in the front is in blue, I thought I'd go ahead and do the sentiment on the inside in blue as well. Lots of space to write a sentimental message. I have to come up exactly with what I want to write. Usually I write, oh, I wish we could celebrate together, but this year we actually are. All right, so this little one is going to go on the skinny section, and with this card you're really gonna just layer it out with the designer paper, and so that designer paper is gonna go on both sides because both sides are going to be seen. So we're really decking this out with designer paper. This is a great layout for showing off coordinating designer paper. The paper that Amber used on this card is the new Eden's Garden designer paper, and that one is available for a limited time during November and December. Just ran out of a piece, so let me grab the other one. During November and December, the coordinating stamp set and bundle for Eden's Garden is coming out in the new mini catalog, which starts in January. But the designer paper and the cotton paper are only available for a limited time in November and December. So if you really love that paper with the greens, we got soft succulent and evening evergreen, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you get some of that paper. And I would advise ordering early on that because you don't want that to sell out. I have no idea how much Stampin' Up! Has, and they always try to do their best to stock up, but then people just, they go crazy when they love stuff, and this is some really gorgeous designer paper, so I can't make any promises. Oh, this seems like it's a little bit short. That's interesting. Well, maybe I got my measurement wrong. It looks like I did. Or I got my cutting wrong. Let's find out which way that went. I'm going to grab a ruler And we're going to measure the designer paper. So this is 3 1/4. So that really should be 3 1/2 inches. I'm going to put all the measurements in the video description, and I will put the right measurement, which is 3 1/2 inches. That's going to be annoying to me. So I'm going to go ahead, even though I've got adhesive on this, I'll use these for another project. Just going to stick them to my camera stand, and let's cut a new piece. I hate when I have cutting errors. It's always good to, what do they say? Measure twice, cut once. So let's see if we can get this 5 1/4 here. And then we want 3 1/2 inches for each piece. That's going to be the right size, 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I'm not sure how I mismeasured that before, but that is not a problem because I got more designer paper. Okay, so that's now going to fit perfectly in there. Very good. We got 2 more pieces to glue down. I feel like I usually do not use so much designer paper on a single card, but Dad is worth it. I know you guys sometimes have problems about hoarding your designer paper. You don't want to use it because it's so pretty, but this card is definitely one that you're going to use that paper on, and just like I said, cover like every single side except the back. You're going to cover every little panel. Let's just make this a pretty thick card, and so it's a good one to hand deliver, as I'm going to do tomorrow, but it probably, if you sent it in the mail, would require some extra postage. All right, I'm going to wrap this around the card, and I wasn't sure how long to make it, and so I didn't do score lines, so I'm just going to kind of wrap it a little bit loosely because I do want it to be able to slide off and on. So I'm going to do a little trim. I'm purposely doing my my seam here in the center because I'm planning to cover that up with the 70. So if you have it in the back, then it's visible. So a little trick there to keep it in the center and then cover it up. And I'm going to just add a little tear and tape on one side of the belly band. So essentially a belly band is a loop of cardstock that fits around the belly of the card. So that's why they call it a belly band. So that should slide right on like that. Now I was playing around before I turned the camera on to film, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to add something else to these numbers. I felt like it was sort of plain a little bit, and I punched some leaves and I die cut some leaves, and I thought I'd tuck them in and around, and I just could not come up with anything that I liked, so I'm going to keep it plain. Now the numbers that I used are retired. They're the large number dies, and we don't have any current number dies, but I really wanted to include Dad's age on there so I could tease him about being old. Tasteful label dies is where I got the stitched label shape underneath the letters. This is current, so you can get those tasteful label dies. I'll try to remember to include the item number in the video description when I'm all done. So here we go. Here's the finished card. A little more simple. I do love Amber's stepped up version with the die cut and all the thread and all of that, but I think Dad will appreciate the simple card here. So we've got the 70 in the front and then all this gorgeous designer paper. It's your day. Enjoy it. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't you love getting a card like this? Leave me a comment and let me know if you think Dad will like this card. Actually, by the time this airs, Dad will have already received his card and will already have surprised him. So I'll make sure to post a picture of Dad and all my siblings at the restaurant when we surprise him. So make sure to check out my Facebook page, Julie's Stamping Spot, to see a picture of me and my family. All right, are you ready for the next card? Yes, I'm ready too. The next card is using this sweet little stockings, and I actually designed this card. I was going to show it when Mom and I did this stamp set for Sunday Stamping a week or two ago. I honestly can't remember. I think it was the week before last week, almost 3 weeks ago now. And so I designed this card and I thought it was super cute, but I ended up going in a different direction for Sunday stamping. And so I thought I would share the card now. And it is actually a remake of a card that I created from a swap from one of my team members, Barb Price. And so we have this card base, and then we're going to use this banner die to create like a little flap. So it's got like a flap that opens and then a flap that opens down here. And Barb's original card, the one that I cased, used the stitched nested label dies, which have retired, but the sweet little stocking bundle includes a big banner die. And so that's what I've used on this card. I thought it was the perfect shape to recreate this card. So I just added a score line here, about a 1/2 inch or so from the top of the flat side. And that's what's going to wrap around the designer paper. Our card base is 5.5 by 6 3/8 inch, and then it's scored at 4 1/4. So this is the regular size of a card when it's all closed. We have a piece of designer paper that's 1 7/8 inch by 5 1/4. That's going to be for the front of the card. And then a piece of basic white cardstock to go inside, and that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're going to do a little bit of die cutting here, and I actually colored and stamped a little dog ahead of time. We're going to use this red piece for the stocking, and then I cut a little piece of the white felt. Now this sweet little stocking suite includes some felt with some different colors. Let me pull out the catalog and show you really quick. I should have had that ready to go. Let's see if I can find the page quickly. Sweet little stockings. Well, let me find the felt. The felt is on page 31. And so here's Sweet Stockings. So stinking cute. You can see some of the other cards that they've made with the felt here, using the felt to cut the trim on the stockings, using the felt to make this beautiful bow. Oh my goodness. And here are the different colors that come in the felt. So you get Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, and White. And I actually don't have this felt set, but there's another felt set from last year, and you can find it in the clearance rack. So if you're looking to try the look of felt on your project, check out the clearance rack, or you can get the one that's current. So this, actually, I was surprised how well the stitching die cut right on the felt. So I'm gonna do the stocking on the designer paper. Wondering maybe if we should do a larger stocking. I'm gonna cut them both and we can figure it out. Then we're going to do the toe. It's sticking there. There we go. The little toe and the top, the trim for the top of the stocking. And then I'm not sure if I'll need this other one, but I'll just die cut it just in case. I guess it'll depend on whether or not we use the large or the small. I should say the medium or the large stocking. Maybe we won't have room for all of it. So there are some dies here that die cut the stamped images, and then also some detailed dies like the holly and the bow and the leaf. So I pulled out the dies that we're going to use, the stitching for the felt, the stockings for the designer paper, and then the die to die cut the dog. And I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine just off to the side here. So I'm going to go off camera. You know what? I'm just going to move it in. We'll move it in. I'm just going to lift it up and over. It's, it's kind of close up, but we can still make this work. So I'm going to add the stockings and the little dog. I feel like I'm going backwards here. Usually I would start with it pushed all the way through. And our felt pieces. Okay, here we go. Gonna put the cutting pad down and crank it through. Ooh, a little bit of cracking like that is totally normal. Move this back out of the way and move our pieces to the desk. All right, so we've got 2 stockings to choose from, cut from the designer paper. And we have our die cut dog. And holy smokes, you guys, check out this amazing detail on the stitched felt. I really was shocked to see how the stitch detail came through on the felt. Isn't that really cool? All right, so we're going to glue those down to the paper. Let's get some of this put together. Before I lose the dies, they're going right back into the envelope. So we've got the stockings and the dog and the 3 stocking pieces. How do you store your dies? I keep mine kind of loose in the original packaging envelope. I know sometimes people use magnet sheets to hold their stockings, their dies. I don't hang on to the dies after they retire, so I think that's why I just don't bother to put them on magnet sheets, because they don't stick around for very long sometimes. Yeah, I think it is handy though to keep them straight and to really keep track of what you've got. All right, I think I need to grab another tape runner. I think I just ran out. And I'm like at the end of all of them. I'll just go ahead and replace this. So this is the Stampin' Seal, and it is refillable. So when you run out, you'll have that red tape come up. That's when you know that you've come to the end. And just gonna grab a refill. These come in little bags which are recyclable. And you can take that right out. And then this side has the pegs, 1, 2, 3, and so they line up right in the holes. And then you can add that other side back on and you are good to go. Oh no, I messed up. That's okay, we're gonna peel that back. Actually, I didn't go very close to the edge there. What I messed up on is I intended to add this flap underneath the white cardstock before I stuck that down. So I'm just gonna peel that whole thing off really quickly. And for this, I want to use some heavy-duty adhesive since we've got an extra flap on here. So I'm going to get out the tear and tape adhesive. And I'm going to put that on the inside of the flap. And this is going to stick to the white cardstock. So I'm going about 1/2 inch from the side. All right, so now when I put this down, I want to put adhesive over that to make sure that it stays down. And clearly I need more adhesive so it doesn't come up so easy. Now we go. I'm gonna center it. Now, I have to say that, like, at first when you make your card, it's not going to stay down very well. But if you put something heavy on it, like a block, or keep it inside a clear envelope, as I've done here with this card, it helps it to stay down and eventually train it that it needs to stay where you'd like it to go. A little close to the end. It'll be fine. Okay, so now we need to decide if we want to use the large one or the medium one. On another one, I did use the medium one with the cat. I think I like the larger one for the dog, but I'm a little concerned that it doesn't fit on this flap very well. So we might have to still go with this medium stocking. I think that is going to fit the area here that we have. So let's go ahead and add on our felt. Now I'm going to use the seal adhesive, just advance that a little bit, and then put the felt right on top of it. You could also use the liquid glue, but I think this is quick and easy for a straight piece like that top trim. That should hold it pretty good. Let's just give it give it some oomph there. And I'm kind of debating on whether I want to do the other pieces or just leave the top. So we've got the toe and then also the heel. I feel like that might be too much. Like the heel might be too much for this card. So let's just do the toe and gonna add that like this. So cute. Gonna add some regular seal again on the back. And the dog, which I colored with the Crumb Cake Stampin' Blends, is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals so that he can be over the felt trim on the stocking. I'll show you what I mean. Like that. Oh my goodness. So cute. Our card is almost done. We're going to add a sentiment. This is so clever. Stamping Paws is coming to town. Like Santa Claus, but it's Santa Paws. Isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness. Do you have pets at home? I know I've talked about it before. We've got 2 beagles, and so this card just makes me smile. Now maybe you have cats at home. I wanted to show you can also make this with a cat version. And so I couldn't decide when I was cutting the designer paper originally if I wanted to use a pattern like this with all the animals in their stockings, or if I wanted to do something more simple like this. So leave a comment and let me know which of these patterns do you prefer, the designer paper? Do you prefer the stripes and the dots, or do you prefer the animals in their stockings? I also use different designer paper for the stocking itself. I think that the busier pattern over here with the white might be too much with everything that's going on over here. So I do like the simpler red pattern to go with that one. Now I will show you, I did stamp inside here. I added some of the presents, which are also part of that stamp set, and I colored those with Stampin' Blend. So you can definitely dress up the inside of your card a little bit more at home with the additional coordinating stamped images. All right, guys, card number 2 is done. We've got one more project, and you know what? I'm kind of cheating here. This is going to be a really simple project. So last night I shared my Whimsical Trees card class. Did you guys see that? I'm not going to lie. It was 2 hours. Whew. Very long, but if you enjoy the Whimsical Trees bundle and the Whimsy and Wonder suite, I think you'll enjoy the project ideas that I shared. I showed you in that video how to make 5 different cards, including this easy center step card, the holly card, the trees and ornaments, the misty moonlight trees. Oh, I love this one with the picture of this die. And so in the class, I actually forgot to say something that I wanted to add, and that is that all of my team members get my PDFs for my classes for free. I don't know why I didn't think to mention that, but it is a perk of being on the Jubilant Stampers team. And today, Stampin' Up! Is having a special in November starting today for new demonstrators who join the Stampin' Up! Family. You can get $125 in product of your choice in your demonstrator starter kit, and it's on sale this month for only $75 plus tax. So that is a savings of $24. Usually it's $99. But you're getting $125 in product, plus you get free shipping. So it's kind of like getting half off. So if you have a big wish list and you'd like to get a great deal, you should think about joining my team. You'll get a discount on your future orders as long as you're active as a demonstrator, and you get team perks like free PDF tutorials for all of the classes that I hold each month. So if that's interesting to you, make sure to check out the FAQ link in the link below in the video description. The Start with Savings special only goes until November 30th. So if you're interested in taking advantage of this special deal, you can go to tinyurl.com/SU starter kit, and that's going to take you to the page right where you can sign up online. It's really quick and easy. You want to make sure that you have your list of products ready to go. You need $125, but not a penny more to qualify for the starter kit. You can't go over and pay the difference. You have to be $125 or less. So if you need help trying to come up with products that you should start with, I'd be happy to help you make a list for your starter kit. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or if you just want to chat, and I can help answer any questions that you have over the phone sometime. Are you ready for the last card? So this is a bonus card, and I actually showed it last night. One of the other things that we do with my team is we have a layout challenge. So in the Julie Stamping Spot Share and Connect group, you've probably noticed every other week we do a color challenge, while in my team group, we do a card layout challenge. So every other week, I post a new layout, and this is the layout that I posted for our most recent challenge. In fact, you might recognize the layout because I used the same one on this sweet Stockings card that I made during Sunday stamping a couple weeks ago. So this layout is really fun, and you can see really versatile by just changing the designer paper and the patterns. You have two very different looking cards. The structure of this card is pretty simple. We have a card base, which is a regular 5.5 by 8.5, and then you have two components. I'm using designer paper for both of those components on this card. However, this one I used a piece of basic white cardstock that I stamped on. So you can be very creative in how you use these elements, but the base one is 3 by 3, so a 3" by 3" square. And then the piece that goes on top is 2 inches by 4 inches. So these are really great basic measurements. If you're cutting 6 by 6 paper, or if you're cutting 12 by 12 paper, you're going to get a nice even number of cards using these measurements. The wonderful snowflakes come in a package of 24. And I should have had this out. They come in a package like this with sheets of 6. And this is actually the free gift for people who ordered from me $40 or more during the month of October. So I'll be working on sending those card kits out really soon, and you'll be getting a package of the wonderful snowflakes. Oops, I think I put that dimensional on the wrong side. The wonderful snowflakes make it really easy to embellish your projects, whether you're doing more advanced cards like this one with a little snowflake tucked in, or something really simple where the snowflake is the star of the show. I know you're going to love using these wonderful snowflakes on your winter projects coming up. Let's go ahead and layer these down. I'm just using regular Stampin' Seal adhesive. This one's going to go in the center. This is the holographic stripes. Both of these designer paper pieces are from the Whimsy and Wonder designer paper. This is the paper that was featured in my card kit for that Whimsical trees class that I taught last night. I'll include the link in the video description, so if you haven't seen that yet, you can definitely check it out. And it's not too late if you still want to get one of those Whimsical tree card kits. I'll be sending them out next week. You can reserve your card kit by going to tinyurl.com/October 2021 SOTM. Or if you just want to buy the PDF, you can do that at tinyurl.com October or OCT 2021 PDF. Now this PDF, that's the one that my team gets for free. So if you're on my team, you don't need to buy the PDF because you'll have access to it. And if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check your email for our monthly team newsletter, which was sent on Wednesday, November 3rd. So watch for that email, and it's got the link in it right at the top for the Whimsical tree card tutorials. Now for this one, I am going to use the Christmas to Remember stamp set. I love this one. This is a Christmas greeting set that's in the mini catalog, and so I decided to switch it up and use this one because I love this skinny little Christmas greeting. So my cardstock here is about 5/8 inch by 3.5 inches, I think, or 3 1/4. So that's going to go right across the front. And then I don't want to forget about the inside. So I have another sentiment that says, "May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish." I love that idea. That's going to go right in there. And then we have room to write a message. Now, if you have a snowflake stamp or something like that, you can certainly add that and dress it up. But I just love this sentiment set, and I thought it was just perfect to just do a little something simple right there. So this is going to go on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And our card is almost done. I am going to add one little twine bow. Baker's twine, like Whisper White or linen thread, are my favorite embellishment because they're so super easy to add. So I'm going to add just a little bit of that white twine, and let's get those big scissors. Uh-oh. They're missing. There we go, on my desk. So I'm going to just tie a bow, and then we'll stick it on with a glue dot. So quick and easy. Sometimes these quick and easy cards really save the day. It's nice to layer and do kind of some fun things, but I like quick and easy. Clean and simple. That is definitely my style. How about you? Do you like clean and simple cards, or do you like to step it up? Let's see, where should we put this? On the original card, I had it underneath. I think that's probably a good place for it, huh? This original sentiment, Let Your Heart Be Light, came from the Whimsical Trees stamp set. And so it is a much like lighter and smaller sentiment. And you know what? I think, oh my gosh, it wouldn't be a card if Julie didn't peel it up. I feel like this, I feel like the black is too dark for this, and I forgot that when I got this stamp out, my intention was to make this be, to have this be a Blushing Bride sentiment. So I'm going to restamp this and get out Blushing Bride. I think I'm going to like that a little bit better because it won't be so, it won't be so dark. Okay, so what do you think? I know you're not live with me tonight. There's the dark one, Merry Christmas, and there is the Blushing Bride. You know what, actually, I don't know if I like the Blushing Bride either. Let's try one more color. I think that the black is too dark, the Blushing Bride is too monochromatic. But I'm thinking a light gray, smoky slate. Well, maybe tie in some of the holographic like color. So something a little bit softer. Yes, I think that's it right there. I hope you agree at home. Let's give this a little trim. I think this one was a little too long. And then we'll stick it on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Do you guys tear apart your cards at home? Do you second guess yourself? I do that more than I probably want to admit. Well, you guys know that. You've seen me tear apart cards and change my mind. But I almost always like it for the better. Okay. And then we're going to add our little bow with a glue dot. It's buried somewhere. Here we go. Merry Christmas. That could have been in in Smoky Slate too, but that's all right. It's already down there. All right. Well, that's our clean and simple card to finish out the night. Let's take a look at all the cards that we made tonight. We did 3 of them. We did a Christmas Santa Santa Paws. What is that? Sweet little stockings. We did our quick and easy snowflake card. And then we also made Dad's birthday card. I hope that he likes it. And I hope that you guys enjoyed all the videos, all the projects that I shared tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry that I couldn't be live, but I know you'll understand. Make sure to like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future online classes like the Whimsical trees, and make sure to tune in on Sunday for Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. We've got some fun projects to share with you using the Whimsical Woods stamp set. That's it for me now. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.